hope you all are doing well. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some hair care tips I wish I knew before. Now, I did a skincare version to this and a lot of you wanted to see a hair care version. So here I am because your wish is my command. And before beginning this video, I just want to talk a little bit about my hair so that if you guys are on a similar path, of course, these would help you out. These are more general tips. But if your hair is too different from mine, I would suggest you follow an influencer or a content creator that has hair type that is similar to yours. My hair is on the straighter side, so it falls straight even if I don't do much. It does tend to wave up a little on the bottom ends because my hair is chemically treated. It has been colored. Now, I've never gotten my hair rebonded or smoothened or any sort of keratin done to my hair. The only chemical procedure I've ever gotten on my hair are hair colors, and I've gotten it done repeatedly over and over again. So that does lead to a little bit more damage and your hair tends to wave up once it's more damaged. Alright, so yeah, my scalp is on the drier side because I am drier all over my body. So my scalp is also dry, my hair is dry, everything is dry. So dry and straight are the two keywords that you can use for my hair. Now, my first tip has to be the acceptance that your hair is 80% genes. Now, this is not a scientifically proven number, but I totally believe that your hair is mostly your genes. The texture, the hair fall pattern, the color, the premature graying, everything does belong to your gene as well. And there is only one extent till which you can change or help it. You cannot change the texture of your hair. The follicles pre-decide the texture of your hair. Of course, you can go through rebonding or keratin or smoothing, but you can't naturally change it. That's not something that can happen. It's not a change that will last forever. Even with rebonding and keratin, the change only lasts till your hair starts growing out. And so is with premature graying as well as, a balding pattern as well. For balding pattern, there are supplements and there are topical solutions that can help you out. But my biggest advice to you can be that lesser you stress about things, the more it will show on your skin and your hair. I've seen that when I've not stressed about my skin or not stressed about my hair, it starts behaving better as well. And I know premature graying or balding is something that can induce a lot of stress, but making sure that you're not putting your hair through more aggravators like stress will only help you in the longer run. Try and focus on what you have and not on what you don't have, and that would really help you out. Thing I wish I knew beforehand, and I see this happening still on YouTube so much, and I wish people stop doing that is heating up their oils, especially if you're going to be using cold pressed extra virgin oils. Now, this also applies to cooking, okay? So the moment you heat up an extra virgin or a virgin oil, it becomes into a pomace oil and it loses all of its micronutrients. So when you are heating up your oil, you're essentially killing everything that you've paid extra for, and you're just using an oil that you could have gotten for cheaper. Now, you can use a double boiler. I mean, that is also sort of debatable, but what I have started doing is that I warm up the oil in between my palms. I just rub it really nicely and then I massage it onto my scalp and I wear a shower cap so the heat is trapped and the oil can penetrate my scalp better. Now, the oil cannot penetrate your hair shaft because the molecule size is too big, so you can just apply the hair oil on your scalp and massage it nicely, because the main point of a hair oil is to stimulate your hair growth, and when you massage it, you are essentially just making sure that more blood rushes towards your scalp. Now, this is something I started doing very recently, but it has shown such a tremendous effect and change in my hair that I have to share it with you guys, and it is combing your hair before you shampoo it out. Now, what I used to do earlier was I used to go to my washroom just like that. My hair used to be in a bun or in a plait or open, and I used to just shampoo it out like that, and what that did was that my hair was already knotted and tangled, so I was detangling my hair in the shower while I was shampooing. And it is a known fact that your hair tends to break more and breaks quicker when it's wet because it becomes weaker. So what you're doing effectively is you're getting rid of the extra tangles and knots outside before you shampoo it out, so you don't have to detangle it, and that ends up in a lot less hair fall. So if you are suffering from hair fall, try combing your hair out before you shampoo it out to get rid of a little bit of hair fall. This next tip is something I really wish I could tell my younger self, because I've stressed about this so much, and that is that you can't cure split ends. And this is something personal, but I feel you can't even prevent split ends, because I tend to get split ends in my bangs as well, and this is something I trim so often, and this is not like old hair. So the thing is, our hair is dead, right? It's made up of a dead protein, and that's why when you cut it, it doesn't hurt you. And the more it grows, the older it gets, and the older it gets, the more drier and more deader, if it's that thing as well, the deader it gets. Alright, so that's why it tends to get split ends, is what theory says. But when I'm trimming my bangs so frequently, and these are rather fresh hair and I still get split ends in them, and I take care of my hair so much, it's been more than 140 days that I've applied heat on my hair and I still get split ends. So I think split end is something you will get. So I don't know why people fret about it so much. Now I am someone who tends to keep on breaking my split ends whenever I see them, and that just makes your hair so much more fragile and makes them so much more uneven, and that is something I need to get rid of as well, like that habit of breaking my split ends or cutting my split ends up. I think split ends are something supremely natural. It's like skin texture. It is there, it is going to be there, so it might as well accept it. Next, we're going to talk about exfoliating your scalp. You exfoliate your body, you exfoliate your face. Why don't you exfoliate your scalp, its skin as well? And that's why a lot of people who don't have dandruff feel they have dandruff, because their scalp is getting flaky. Now, I have dry scalp, and that's why exfoliation for me is really important. There are 3 ways in which you can exfoliate. One, you can buy an exfoliating shampoo and just exfoliate with that. It has granules inside it. Just make sure it's not walnut, because we all know walnut granules are not the best. Secondly, you can use a scalp exfoliator, a brush scalp exfoliator that comes, a shampooing brush essentially, that would help you in exfoliating your scalp. The third way, and probably the easiest way, is to get a paddle brush with a rounder end and just exfoliating your scalp gently. You can do this once or maximum twice a week. You don't need to do it more than that. I just use my paddle brush and I go all over my scalp just in a very, very gentle motion to make sure that my scalp is nicely exfoliated and the dry flakes can go away and the newer skin can regenerate. Now this tip again is something I started doing recently, and not only does it make my hair more nourished and moisturized, it also saves your money. So that's like amazing, right? And that is styling your hair with a mask. Now hair mask also make sure that your hair sticks to one another, so you don't particularly need a hairspray or a hair gel to keep it in place. If you're going to be making a high pony, or if you're going to be making a top knot, you can just use a little bit of your hair mask and smooth down all of the flyaways to ensure that you have a neater and a smoother look. So you're going to be saving up money, and your hair is going to be nourished and moisturized as well, and it's not going to end up crunchy too. So that is a genius hair care tip. I really wish I knew earlier. I wouldn't be spending so much on my hairstyling products then. Now this next tip is going to be about hair accessories, and specifically about rubber bands. Now as an Indian schoolgirl, we all have those rubber bands that have a metal clasp onto them, and those are the worst because they tend to pull your hair so much. So try to go for rubber bands that are completely cloth. You can also go for satin rubber bands for it to be slightly more gentle on your hair. And another tip that I have to throw in here is the fact that when you are taking out your rubber band, just don't pull it out like that. It also pulls out your hair. Unwrap it one by one so that it's gentler on your hair and you don't end up pulling your hair and possibly making yourself bald over it. The last tip is going to be about letting your hair breathe. I know your hair is dead and you might be thinking, Shreya just said your hair is dead and now she's saying let your hair breathe. But by letting your hair breathe, what I mean is not always tying it back up really tightly. I know I have a bun on, but this is literally what I do for my videos because it's super hot. I don't have my AC or my fan on and I don't want to die of this heat. But what I'm trying to say is that your hair follicle has a natural fall to it, okay? So let your hair fall that way for a certain amount of time every single day, because the more you pull and more you tense up your hair, the further your hairline will recede. Even with my bun, I make sure that my hair is loose and not completely tight, so that my hair has a little bit of less tension going on. I used to do really tight top knots early on throughout the day, even in summertime, because I used to keep it away from my face, but now I don't do that. I either make a very, very loose braid or I keep my hair open so that my hair is not always so tensed up and so pulled up, and that would really help you as well. You would see a change in your hairline as well, because the major reason, except of course your genes, for female hairline receding is the fact that they pull their hair so constantly and so much. And I know, again, as Indian schoolgirls, we've been doing that all our lives. So once you come back from school, you might want to give your hair a little bit of breather and a break and just keep them open for a while so that they can fall at their own place. And with that, I finished my hair care tips. I hope you guys enjoyed these and these were helpful for you. I'm sure you must be knowing some of them, but you've still not implemented them. So now is the time to start implementing these tips in your life and see the change in your hair. I will see you guys next time. Till then, take care. I love you all so much. Mwah. Bye.